Hi everyone, we're going to take class notes on 10-6. This is the first day of 10-6. Today's April 22nd. No, 21st, sorry. Today's the 21st. And we are going to be factoring again, no surprise. Just factoring today. I know the directions here say solving too, but we're going to focus only on factoring. Tomorrow we'll practice the solving piece. So today we want to make sure it's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Again, make a factor box and follow the steps from 10.5 is what I started to remind you. So we're still doing a factor box. We just now today we're going to have not a 1 here. We're going to have something bigger than 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see in the examples. And that's going to affect your left column of your box and makes the box a little bit more challenging. I know this slide has 4 examples, but we're actually only going to do 3. So we're going to work through these 3. And today we are only factoring. You can tell that we just need to factor here because there are no equal signs. So get the box to work. Practice the box to your best ability on these 3 with me, and then you'll try a few for homework. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So on the paper, I have the same thing that we had on the screen. We are going to take class notes on 10-6, factor the form ax squared plus bx plus c. I'm going to start my box. My goal for today is to factor this. The new piece is that this is not a 1. It's a 3x squared. So we can't just use x and x. We have to use the numbers that multiply to give you 3. We will use x and x, but we also need numbers that multiply to give you 3, which is going to be 3 and 1. So you can put it if you want, or you can just leave it off. 3x times x is 3x squared. The only numbers that multiply to give you 7 are 7 and 1. If I put a 7 here, so thinking ahead of where do I want to place the 7 and 1, if I put a 7 here, look at what that diagonal would be. 7 times 3x would be 21. That's way too big. So I think it's better to place the 7 here and the 1 here. Now, where do we want to put the negative? One of these has to be negative. You can take a guess, try. If it doesn't give you a negative 4x on the diagonal, erase and put it with the other. I'm going to go with the 7 and see how that works out for us. So the check, this diagonal, 3x, multiply this diagonal, negative 7x. Different signs, so I subtract the bigger from the smaller, keep the sign of the bigger. Get negative 4x. Does that match the middle term? Yes, it does. This is the correct box. We have to be careful. This is where students, I see a lot of mistakes happen. When you write the factor, it's across. I do not want you writing on the diagonal. Factors are across. So I should see 3x minus 7 and x plus 1 in your 2 sets of parentheses. Today's goal is just to get the 2 sets of parentheses. What goes in the first? 3x minus 7. What goes in the second? X plus 1. And then we are finished. Done. Second example, is it in order? Quadratic, linear, constant? Yes, it is. I don't have to rearrange anything, so I go and make my box. 2x squared and plus 5. Here's the new piece. I have a 2 here, so it's not just x and x. I need to also put numbers that are going to multiply to give us a 2. Which is 2 and 1. Write it if it helps. 2x times x is 2x squared. Now I need 11 for my middle. So only numbers that multiply to give me 5 are 5 and 1. But where do I want to put the 1 and where do I want to put the 5? If I put the 5 here, my diagonal is 10. If I put the 5 here, my diagonal is 5x. I think I want to put the 5 here because I want to try to get to 11. My middle term is positive, so I do want these to be positive as well. They need to multiply to give me positive 5. I can either use positive 1 and positive 5 or negative 1 and negative 5. Checking my diagonal, so the check piece, we multiply. We said that was going to give us 10x. We multiply, that's going to give us 1x, and we add these together. 10 plus 1, 11x. Does that match the middle term? Yes, it does. Be careful, we write the factors across. So you should be writing 2x plus 1 in a set of parentheses and x plus 5 in a set of parentheses. 2x plus 1, and x plus 5. Done. Third example. In order, quadratic, linear, constant. This is called standard form. We talked about that at the beginning of chapter 10 and 10.1 when we were classifying. Setting up my box. This one's going to be a lot harder because I can use 6 and 1, or I can use 3 and 2. And for 15, I can use 1 and 15 and 5 and 3. I'm going to go with 3x and 2x first and see if that works. These multiply to give me 6. These multiply to give me x squared. I need a negative 19 on my diagonal, so thinking through that as well, I think that that tells me that both of these are going to have to be negative. And then 5 and 3, that's 15 and 6. I think I probably want to go this way. 5 and 3. Let's see how that works out for us. I hope that you agree these multiply to give us a positive 15. So the check, this diagonal, negative 9x. This diagonal, negative 10x. Same signs, add and keep. You get negative 19x. Matches the middle term. Again, be very careful. Your factors you write across. 3x minus 5 should be in a set of parentheses, and 2x minus 3. 3x minus 5 and 2x minus 3. Just factoring today, no solving, not setting those equal to 0 today, just factoring. I decided to take this one off because I recognize that this has a GCF. The numbers have something in common, and that we will talk about in 10.8 when we get there. So we're not going to do this example that you see on the slides, just those 3 for today. I hope that's clear. If not, remember I'm available to help you guys, so please continue to ask questions, rewatch the video, and make sure you're most importantly watching the video. Have a great day, everyone.